The Saskatoon North Partnership for Growth is a collaboration of municipalities working together to grow the region. It comprises of the arm of Corman Park, the City of Saskatoon, the City of Warman, the City of Martensville, and the Town of Osler.
It's really been established so that we can, in a coordinated way, work to plan and make informed decisions about land use so that we are able to build a region that can grow to 1 million people and beyond.
We're very used to working within kind of our individual silos and kind of having our own autonomy. So it was a bit of a different approach for all of the municipalities.
We're the fastest growing region in Saskatchewan, and you have all these communities growing together. Eventually we're going to collide. And so I think it's important that we plan together to make sure that when that collision happens between those communities, it's as seamless as possible.
Biggest hurdle is competing interests. The RM obviously wants to see as much growth as possible, as few limitations as possible, whereas the urbans want to see as many restrictions as possible to ensure that we aren't going to be hand-tied when we develop into those areas.
We had 5 different municipalities that were walking into a room with their own biases and wanting to protect our own areas.
There was the feeling that we were in competition with one another between Saskatoon or Corman Park or the other municipalities.
It was very divisive at the beginning, where everybody was very territorial, and then it moved into something where we started looking out for each other.
We engaged the public in numerous stages throughout the regional plan process. We had a number of different open houses, one-on-one stakeholder meetings, some targeted engagement sessions. We managed to have a virtual public hearing, 5 council meetings going on at once to hear the submissions from the public, both written and verbal.
There's a number of land holdings which First Nations have within the region.
And we wanted to ensure that our plan supported and complemented some of their growth and economic development aspirations.
Probably the best thing we've been able to do is have some quite frank discussions about some of the more challenging issues around how we develop land, about how we develop fees and services.
When we started this P4G, we realized that there'd have to be a lot of give and take, flexibility, cooperation.
It was really, I think, a team effort from all municipalities.
Just as there's been a lot of important relationship building work at the level of the Mayor, Reeves, councillors of all the different P4G partners, it's also been an important time for our staff to work together.
You look at Saskatchewan, we have more municipalities per capita than any other province, more than lots of countries even. And so I think it only makes sense to work together collaboratively.
There's a lot of economies of scale when you work with other municipalities in close proximity.
People would say, well, when's P4G ever going to be done? When is this done? And, you'd always sort of respond, well, it's never going to be done. It's never ending in some ways.
Being fairly new to the table, I think really the recognition goes to all of the foundational leaders and the administrative staff who have gotten P4G to this point.
It has opened up a lot of doors, even in terms of conversations about future planning, and it's given some certainty to the region in terms of land use and development.
The old saying is all ships rise with the tide, and that's true in this as well, that if something happens in Corman Park, it's going to do well for everyone. Jobs for people perhaps living in Martensville, Warman, Osler, or Saskatoon.
We're ready for you to invest in our area, and we're really looking for you to have the opportunities to grow and prosper in our area.